Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at this really neat battery pack that I have for my Canon camera. Let me go ahead and start off by saying that I am an amateur. By amateur meaning nobody would ever pay me to take pictures of them or to run video for them. But I still like to kind of mess around and learn a little bit more, and it's just an evolving practice that I have. So this may seem a little amateur, but I never knew why these cameras look so much bigger than mine. Even though someone would say they have a Canon T4i, T3i, something like that, like, well, why does that look so much bigger than mine? But I was too embarrassed to ask. Finally figured it out. So I bought one of these Neewer battery pack extension things. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but check the description. It'll have full details and description of what this thing is. So Neewer, it's just basically a battery company, I think. I have quite a few of their products for just other various different things. Like I have their battery, I have their charger. There's a couple other things I have, but they are basically like in the electronics space, and they make aftermarket parts. So this is a Canon T4i. I know, not a great camera, but it's pretty good for me. It serves with purpose, and I get a lot of use out of it. And these cameras, you can only put one battery in. So here's the Canon battery. So basically what this does, it extends the battery life. So you can put two batteries in, and also it gives you a little bit more grip because it extends this, or increases the size of the camera. So instead of just this one gripping area, you have two gripping areas, which is kind of cool. That's just a collateral effect of this piece right here. So essentially what you can do is once you put this on, then you get this like sliding cartridge comes out. So in this cartridge you can hold two batteries. So I use it for two different things. When I'm at home filming something or someone with this camera, then I have it plugged in. So I have this Canon battery adapter. So basically this, you follow it right to the wall there. It just plugs right into the wall through this adapter. So that way I'm not having to charge and reload batteries. So that's something separate. So this does not come with it. That's something different. But when I'm at home, I just use this. However, if I'm going to be doing some shooting outside, and I don't want to have to keep swapping batteries out, with this piece right here, I can put two batteries in. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. So there's two batteries right there. So basically that just doubled the life, the battery life of this camera. And then what you do is just slide it in like a cartridge there. And then the weird thing about this is like you have to have this lock to the side before you push this cartridge in. Once it's all the way in, then you lock it. So there. Now it's in. So again, it's free. It doesn't have any wires, but it still doubled the battery life of this camera, which is really cool. And let's go ahead and take a look closer at this. So I actually I'm just so used to pressing this for the shutter back here and right here. I haven't tried to use this yet, but maybe I will. But yeah, it has that shutter button there. You can control the iOS from right here as well, which is kind of cool. And again, it does adapt into the camera, so it has these other functions here, but me being the amateur that I am, I haven't used them. I don't know what to do with them, but they're there if you happen to know. Be sure to leave me a comment below. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take this off the camera so you can see what it looks like. So it has this dial right here, and then this is what you need to do to lock it onto the camera. So you can see in there, there's that little bolt. So once that comes out, you can see how it connects to the camera. So flip this upside down, pull this out. Okay, so here's the T4i right here, just to kind of orient you on that. Down here is the battery adapter where the battery would normally go. I took the door off right here, as you can see, and once that door is off, here is the battery pack right here. So there's where we put the batteries in. This is the part that goes into where the battery would typically go on camera. As you can see, it has these like electronics right here, so it lets the camera know this is where the battery is coming from. This is pretty cool too, because in order to get this thing on, you have to remove the door to this, which is really easy. But so you don't lose the door, I have this little compartment right here to put the stock battery door in right here. That way, if you remove this case, you got the battery door right there. I'm going to leave it. This thing's really easy to take out too. You just pop it right in there and just kind of basically just force it in. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's a little difficult, but you can still do it pretty easily. And then as you see, it's on just like it was when it came out of the factory. And then to remove it, you just open it, give it a little tug, wiggle it around, and it pops right out. So again, that's pretty cool that this has this little area to store that, because I know me and I would probably lose it. So let's go ahead and install it so that we can see how it works. So here's this right here. This is the bolt that's going to go into here to the camera base. And then again, this is the dial that we were spinning earlier to tighten or to loosen. One thing you want to be sure to check is make sure you get a snug fit once you've installed this, because there were a couple of times where I tried to turn the camera on and it just won't freaking turn on for some reason. Again, I'm amateur, so I don't really have a lot of experience with this. So I checked the wires, checked the battery, checked to make sure I had the memory card in there, and all of it was there. It still wouldn't turn on. It turns out that if you don't have this thing secured on here snug enough, then it doesn't read it and it just won't turn on. So what I found to do is, once you have this in here, you put the camera down. Okay, so once you have this in here, so you can see the bolt in there, go ahead and just spin it, keep tightening it. It takes a good 20 turns or so. Then once it's in, just kind of wiggle the camera around a little bit and then make sure that it's snug in there, because there's a sensor that's reading it, making sure there's a battery in there. And then, as long as you installed it correctly, when you turn the camera on, you're going to see that click. Boom. There you go. Let's see. Boom. So the screen turns on and we're good to go. It's reading both of those batteries. And real quick, let me go ahead and take this battery out. So I got the case out now. If you happen to have one of these battery packs also, what you can do is just take that one out, take that one out, and with this, with a wire, just pop this one in, keep the wire off to the side, and then you just, once you slide it in there, see there's a little door right here for the wire. Just make sure that's lined up with your wire. Right? And then once that's in, lock it. And there you go. You have wire sticking out. It's not interfering. And pop that on. As you can see, we have power. So you can use it for this home cable or these portable mobile batteries if you want. So yeah, that's my new toy. That is the, oh sorry, forgot to mention down here, if you're going to be attaching it to a tripod, it has this adapter down here. So you can just unscrew it. I'm not going to do it because it's going to take too long. But you can remove this if you don't want that there and you just want that as a grip. Or if you sometimes use a tripod, it's easy to install this little mount right here. So that's it. Hopefully you found the video useful. If so, click thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.